Does Cynthia ever live?
She'll know. She knows everything about this. The parents were in this room for a while.
Can you make a noise for us? Is there a draft in here, or is that?
The whole room is full, but I mean, the whole upstairs.
No, but I mean, this is going by itself. Do you see that moving?
Talking about the skirt.
Yeah. Now it stopped.
Noise for us?
I don't know what it's saying. I like
Can
it.
you make a noise for us?
First one, something one.
Yeah, something first. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Change.
What are you talking about?
Hear it?
Oh, okay.
Very faint change.
Yeah. Maybe they're chained. They don't want us in the bedroom. Oops.
No, it's change. I heard it.
Yeah, she changing her clothes. Is this a change? Did they change the room?
What kind of change?
Kind of change.
Transformation.
Kind of change.
Transformation.
Kind of change.
Okay.
And you hear that squeak? That couldn't have been me. What the hell made that squeak?
Who's in this closet right here?
Wow.
Who's in this closet right here?
Can you see my cat?
See, this is the
Who's in this
cat lady.
closet right here?
And you never told me that. She never told me
No,
that.
I was gonna say it out there, and I
Who's in this
thought,
closet right here?
Now that's validation right
no,
there.
that's it.
You guys never mentioned that. You never took us in here and told us about it. And you got a spirit saying, "Can you see my cat?" That stuff gives me chills. This is what it's all about. Is, you know, that's why I don't like knowing stories, because if you get stuff, it's that much more meaningful. Crazy. And I stuck it right in the closet, like there's someone in there.
How many cats do you
Can
have?
talk to me again? Didn't get anything.
Can you talk to me again, please?
See, I think when they answer like that, it must take a lot out of them.
Once, that means
Were you
yes.
filming us over here,
We
Tim, or
blink
you
it
had
twice,
it on?
it means
I had it
no.
on,
If they blink it 3 times,
Do you
it
want to come
means
over
I
here and
don't
film
know.
too? So
You understand how we work with the K2?
Yeah.
Okay. The questions, once they flash it up once for yes, twice no, and 3 they don't know.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is someone touching me?
No.
it blinked twice.
It didn't blink at all.
Oh.
Mine's not working.
Well, if you move it fast, it'll blink because it'll just. That's not the way it works.
Oh. He told me to move
Right.
it.
Well, if we can get a spirit here to show her how this device works, could you please step
Well, because
forward?
I keep feeling it on me. I keep feeling that feeling, the numbness.
We really appreciate if someone could step forward and communicate with us. We're not here to harm you. We're just here to find out if you need any help, or if you need any assistance.
Are you recording?
No.
Damn. I thought I heard a no while you were saying that. Was anyone recording?
No, I was trying to get them to approach the devices.
Okay. Hey, Trace,
Mm-hmm.
when she asks anything, would you mind hitting record?
Sure. If there's anyone here, we would appreciate it if you would try to communicate with us. We would like to know why you're here. Maybe even how many are here. And if there's any help that we can provide you. If you're willing to communicate with us, could you light up one of these devices?
I'll play that back, Trace.
I'm getting spikes now. What was that?
Hey, Tim, why don't we do this?
I just heard some.
Is that being on watching us or trying to contact now? What did you think meant by that? What can we do for them? Did you, Janet?
Yeah, it was me.
You hear the voice saying it's okay? Are you picking anything up? Try yours, Tim.
I have to work on getting them back.
Mm-hmm.
Street. And tonight on Lifting the Veil, here we are at Sachs Bridge in beautiful Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. During the Civil War, many soldiers crossed this bridge to their death. Tonight we will be bringing the Herb Street method here to make contact, to help those soldiers find their way home. As always, everything is brought to you in real time. We hope you enjoy tonight's episode.
So here we are at Sachs Bridge. Just think how many thousands of soldiers walked through this bridge and found death at the other end. Can only imagine that some of that energy would be left behind.
We're here at Sachs Bridge, also known as the Covered Bridge. This bridge was built in 1852, and it actually was crossed by both parties during the War of Gettysburg. This bridge actually washed downstream during the flood of 1996, and it was brought back and rehabilitated within a year of that time. 90% of it was intact, and they just repaired the rest of it. As recently as the 1930s, there was 900 covered bridges here, and now there's only 3 left in Adams County, with only 200 left in Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Jennifer. We're the leaders of the Whalen Paranormal Group, and we're here with Lifting the Veil. And we're here at Sachs Bridge.
And I'm Caleb Tower. I'm a Civil War reenactor, portray both Confederate and Union. Now, here at this bridge, during the retreat, 3 Confederate soldiers were actually hung on the far end for deserting. And every once in a while, someone will get a weird photo with a body in it or something like that. And it just helps add to the whole eeriness of the bridge at night. They were hung for desertion and were made basically to be an example to the rest.
So they were hung here at the bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
People say that they see images. Do they actually see the men hanging?
On the photo, it's come up a couple times.
Have you seen?
I personally am not.
Now, did they hang him on the bridge to let the other armies know that if they cross this bridge, this is what's going to happen to them?
No, it was done during the retreat. They retreated back over this bridge out towards Waynesboro and Blue Ridge Summit. And what had happened is while columns were crossing the bridge, 3 soldiers tried to desert.
Okay.
Desert means they tried to run away, basically. And they were caught and captured. And during a time of war, desertion is punishable by death. And they hung them to make an example at it, to the rest of the Confederate Army, that if you run, this is what will happen to you.
And these are documented.
These are documented.
you wouldn't happen to know the names of the soldiers that were hung here?
I do not, sir,
Okay.
unfortunately.
And have you ever had any paranormal experiences at this bridge or here in Gettysburg?
Here in Gettysburg, I've had a number. Over on West Confederate Avenue, behind Longstreet's monument, there's actually a bunch of Confederate reenactors. I thought I'd make a really cool background. So I got out and I took a picture of them. I didn't check the picture until later that night, and a couple of them had been smoking, but it was smoking like cigar and pipe. When I reviewed the photo, the top left-hand corner was all smoke, and when I blew it up on the TV, I put it on a disc and blew it up on my TV, it was a face in it. Well, I took a copy of that picture and I brought it to the monument, and it was Longstreet's face in the smoke.
Wow.
It was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything else you've experienced in Gettysburg, or?
All over the place. I mean, yesterday I did Pickett's Charge with some of my friends. We marched from the Virginia Monument to the Pennsylvania Monument, and then back across the retreat. As we were marching back across the retreat, we had full colors, and there was about 10 of us. And as we got about to the last quarter before the Virginia Monument, we hit a cold spot, and it stayed with us. And at first we halted to figure out what was going on, and then we kept going, and it would follow us, almost like it was in step with us in ranks. And then it just disappeared.
Do you have a card or anything like that so we can get in contact with you? We're coming down. So, no, thank you so much for the story. I mean, definitely good.
Appreciate it. Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Me too. You guys enjoy your stay.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Well, we were down here a few years back, and we were taking still photography on the other end of the bridge, into the bridge, and didn't see anything. Got back over to camp, started going through my pictures, and there's ecto coming out of the bridge in the shape of a horse and a rider, and I mean, it's unmistakable of what it is.
That's great. That's really great.
And then about 6 or 7 years ago was one of the first pictures I'd taken. We were up on Confederate Avenue, and right at Longstreet's statue, there's a sawtooth fence there. We came across a group of about 6 or 7 Confederates leaning up against the sawtooth fence. They were reenactors. We stopped to talk to them, come to find out they were actually from where my wife's from, in Virginia. Talked to them and said, hey, can I take your picture? This would make a really neat screensaver. Yeah, took the picture, didn't pay any attention to it. Later on that night, we brought the picture up. Now, there's nobody smoking. It's a perfectly clear evening. There's no campfires in the area. There's nothing. There's not even any mist, no fog, anything. The whole left side of the photograph is just a swirl of white. And I thought, okay, this is kind of cool. Didn't realize that we brought it home and put it up on the big screen TV, and it looks just like Longstreet's face, right down to the long beard. And it's not the typical, okay, you can find a face in anything. It was very distinctive, and it was just a really new picture. It actually hung in Mark Nesbitt's shop for probably 4 or 5 years. He just took it down last year or the year before.
Now, have you heard multiple reports of this man's face in pictures? Because you're the second person I've spoken to today.
Yeah, well, General Longstreet that's who Pickett came to before Pickett's charge to ask for permission to do the charge. General Longstreet did not want to do the charge. He wanted to attack the flanks of the Union troops on the Round Top and out through Seminary Ridge, or Cemetery Hill. He really did not want to attack the Union center at the angle in the copse of trees. He did not want to give George Pickett that order. But Pickett kept running to him like the spoiled little kid he was, saying, I don't want to do it. And finally, Longstreet just never gave the order but acquiesced. Just do it. And Longstreet took a lot of heat for that, although Pickett took the bulk of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Longstreet, I think, is still probably hanging around that area because of the men that he allowed to go to their death up there across the field and into the high water mark.
So how long have you been a reenactor?
About 8 years.
Have you ever noticed that activity seems to spark when you're doing your reenaction? Or do you
certain years, yes, certain years, no. Some years we come here and the town almost feels dead. You just don't feel it. Other years you come and it has a whole different feeling to it. Some years you come here and you'll hear cannon volleys in the middle of the night. Well, nobody's out shooting cannons in the middle of the night. There's very little night fire goes on. It takes a ton of permits.
Yeah, yes.
You know, you can't even carry weapons into the national park's grounds, let alone rounds. Mm-hmm. And you'll be standing up a little Round Top just about dusk sometimes, and you'll hear a volley. And people just kind of chalk it up, and a lot of people won't pay attention to it. Mm-hmm. But the reenactors, well, you can always tell because they kind of cock their head and they go, okay.
That's great. That's great. And you investigate down here as well.
Right. I've done some investigation just on my own, and it's kind of a hobby. I've done some work up in Connecticut on my own. As a matter of fact, the house I live in, I'm about 90% sure is haunted, and there's activity there. And actually, on a lot of the big family events we have at my mother's house, like my twins just graduated high school, and we were over there just before their prom, actually, taking pictures in the living room. And if you look up right above my daughter's shoulder, there's an orb, and it's not your typical dust orb, it's not a bug. This is a self-illuminated, giving off a shadow orb. Right there. We've done that at Christmas. Same thing, right up in the corner, right where Dad would have been standing for a family picture.
Wow.
And that's, my dad died in the house, so we're about 90% sure that's still Dad, just there checking things out, watching over his grandkids.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, we've been at it for a while.
That's good. That's good. Well, I appreciate your time.
You're very
and thank
welcome.
you for the interview.
You're very
It
welcome.
was a pleasure speaking with you.
It's nice speaking to you.
Thanks so much.
Spike in here? I got no spikes.
No spikes down here. You've getting spikes up there?
Yeah, she got one right there. Spikes. Major.
Autofocus major.
If you're here, can you pass your hand in front of this green light, please? Don't be afraid. We're not here to hurt you. Just want to talk to you. You see that?
Yeah?
If you're here, I'm not here to hurt you. Can you pass your hand in front of these green light, please? Thank you. Can you make this light up to how many people are here with you? 4. Is that 4 people us? Once for yes, twice for no. No.
You've got a really weird light source
Where?
right behind you. I don't know. I gotta try to see what that is. Oh, it's the moon. That's what it is.
Who's here? If you're still here, can you pass your hand in front of this green light, please? Don't be afraid. I'm not here to hurt you or anything. We just want to talk. If you're still here, can you pass your hand in front of this green light, please? Alright, keep on walking. Did you hear that step on the bridge? There's people back there near the car. Did you hear a step on the bridge? There's someone on the bridge. Can you please come and light this green light up, please? Pass your hand right in front of it, just like that. Perfect. Went all the way to red when I did that. Can you do that again for me, please? Pass your hand right in front of it, just like that. It went all the way to red when you were looking that way with the camera.
But there are people on the bridge, though.
I just got it.
Are you filming, or you
all
got
the
it
way
off?
red.
Not yet. Yeah, I've been filming.
Stupid. If you're still here, can you please pass your hand in front of this green light, or that green light again, please? We're not here to hurt you or anything. See, when you guys weren't doing anything, not paying attention, I got all the way to red.
We're just here to communicate with you. You should show us that you're here with us. Can you come stand right next to me, please? No.
Are you frightened by us?
Can you see us? No.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us well? Can you hear us good?
Were you shot?
Were you tortured?
See, the questions like that, I didn't tell you ahead of time. You don't want to focus on how these people have crossed over, because that might get them to leave because they don't want to talk about that. As you can see, the questions that you're starting to ask now, it's getting more faint. You can see that it's not as strong. When he was asking other questions, it's like super strong, which means, you know, if you use the wrong questioning, you're going to get the spirit to leave. He won't want to communicate. So you want to try to talk about something that he or she would like to talk about. Maybe ask him if he's with his loved ones, if he needs any help.
That's blinking crazy.
Okay.
Do you know we can't see you? Yes.
So if it blinks once, it's a yes?
Yes.
Well, you can explain to the spirit however you want him to communicate, or her. Like I said, all that is, it's an EMF meter. So like I said, you can do the research, punch in Google K2 meter, and you'll
Yeah,
see.
we wanted to go buy one of those.
Oh, you should, for sure.
Because we
Yeah.
we use the dowsing rods once in a while.
We come
Yeah.
here all the time.
Yeah.
If you know we can't see you, blink it 5 times.
I guess
think
we
that's a
can see
bad-
them sometimes because we've taken pictures for. Yeah.
If we
We've seen
can't,
a lot of
if you know we can't see you with our naked eye, blink it 5 times.
Channing, can you Everyone hear that?
God.
Can you make it out what it's saying?
Play for the camera.
Can you speed it
Can
up?
you slow it down?
That's slow motion, yeah. That's why I like this device.
Do you like all these people?
The first one was
I
no.
hear hell no. That's what I hear.
The first one was no.
No, blink twice on these devices.
Let's ask another question. After that card goes.
Are you still on the bridge with us? What do you see? I almost thought I heard nothing right before whoever started walking.
Would you ever harm anyone?
Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Do you need help?
So here we are at Sachs Bridge. I'm here with Stevie and some of her friends here as well. showed her the Herb Street method. First time she's seen anything like it. If you want to go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself and your friends here and what kind of experiences you've had.
Okay, I'm Stevie, and I live in Gettysburg, and we just kind of came out here tonight to just like see some of the experiences, because we've had some experiences on the bridge with a little girl named Caroline who died on the bridge. And also there's been, I don't know, you want to help me?
There's been a couple stories about a man in the wheelchair on the bridge that has interacted with a couple people that we've heard of, and a man named Tennessee who is supposedly said to be smoking a lot of cigarettes. And if you leave a cigarette on there, he is said to be able to take hits of it. And then we've also had experiences out in a field where there was one of the main leaders of the Confederate army that we've had a couple experiences with talking to. And when you go out there, a lot of the energy changes around you.
So normally you start freaking out a little bit and your heart starts pounding really hard.
Now, I know you guys here, you've had your own experiences. You guys just ran into us up on the bridge.
Yes.
We've never met before this.
Yeah.
You guys kind of all walked into it. I mean,
Yes,
you guys are all right there. You're watching how we investigate the paranormal, and everything's in real time. Maybe one at a time, if you could just explain how you feel about the Herb Street method.
I think the Herb Street method is probably the best way to do it, because the only experiences that we've really had is using the rods. And as you explained earlier, the rods weren't very accurate.
Yeah.
But we did have some experiences with the Caroline, who's the little girl that lives on the bridge. And whenever she got shot in the places where she sat and stuff. And I played Ring Around the Rosie with her, because supposedly that's her favorite game, and she plays with balls. And I don't know, but it's...
Is this something that you think that now that you guys have been introduced to this new technique, that you would possibly use on your own?
Probably, yeah, definitely.
And like I said before, it's not like you're sitting there and you're watching a TV program. You're here, you're in the thick of it with us.
I know.
And you're watching us hit record, stopping it, playing it back, and there's a voice there that was not there before. And like I said, this is all done in real time. And the guys that were with us, and you girls as well, when you were asking questions, the K2s were very responsive. You know, when you explain to the spirit, you know, pass your hand in front of this, once for yes, twice for no, and then, you know, and then when you kind of are like, okay, we'll light it up 6 times. And if they pass their hand 6 times, there's no way that that could be anything else but something supernatural.
Exactly.
And that's what, you know, this leaves only one thing, proof positive of the paranormal. There's no doubt anymore.
Yeah.
And there's no room whatsoever for human contamination or manipulation. Thank you so much for your time, girls. They're going to be joining us on this investigation of Gettysburg. They're taking us back to the woods here. We're leaving the Sac Bridge. So hopefully you guys enjoy tonight's episode. Thank you.
Our findings for Sachs Bridge is this location is haunted. There are definitely some spirits that are surrounding this location. We caught multiple EVPs and interaction with K2 work. Bipedal footfalls in the woods all around us. When we went after them, there was no one there. We also heard whispering all around us. When we went to investigate, there was no one there. This location is haunted. We will definitely be returning to Sachs Bridge for a future investigation.
I'm Herb. This is a gauze meter. This is one of the low-end EMF meters. If you're starting out, if you're a rookie, to the paranormal field, I would suggest picking one of these up. It's got an audible tone. It's very good to use when you're trying to set up traps for spirits to come in. This will chirp a couple of times if something comes close to it. In theory, spirits give off EMF levels. I've seen it time and time again. Responsive EMF spikes. You can ask a spirit, pass your hand in front of this device once for yes, twice for no, 3 for I don't know. That's just a personal preference. And this will chirp if the spirit gets close to it. I've seen it time and time again. This is a very nice tool if you're starting out. Hi, I'm Herb, founder of Ghost City Paranormal. If you ever have a paranormal situation and you have no one to turn to, you could always contact us at herb224man@AOL.com or Ghost City Paranormal at myspace.com. Please feel free to contact us if you ever have a paranormal situation.